The night was heavy over the jungle, drowning everything in silence. Rango walked carefully, each step pressing against the damp ground, his heart echoing louder than the rustle of the leaves. The air felt heavy, the shadows stretched unnaturally long, and every tree seemed to be watching. In that silence, there was no comfort. It felt as if the darkness itself was waiting, holding its breath, watching his every move. Rango could sense it. Something was alive in the quiet. Something was listening. Then it began. A faint sound stirred beneath the soil, not wind, not breath, but something speaking softly. Rango froze, his eyes wide, as the ground seemed to hum with words hidden too deep to understand. The sound was not coming from above or around him. It was rising from below. The earth was carrying a secret voice, gentle but cold, a whisper that bent through the silence, reaching into his bones. It was no trick of the night. It was real. The ground itself was speaking. Curiosity and fear dragged him lower. Rango pressed his ear against the dirt. The soil was alive with vibration. And then he heard it. A single word carried in a whisper that chilled his blood. It spoke his name. Rango's breath caught in his throat. The earth had called him. The sound was fragile, yet filled with intent, as if something buried deep in the roots and stones knew exactly who he was. The jungle's silence shattered with that one word, and he realized the night was no longer his own. The ground split open. From the soil emerged a figure unlike anything Rango had ever seen. A body made of smoke and shadow, arms long and distorted, a face that was not a face at all. Where features should have been, there was only a hollow void. Its presence drained the air from the forest, pulling warmth and sound away. Rango stumbled back, his eyes locked on the faceless horror. This was no creature of flesh. This was the Murmur, a being that lived in whispers and feasted on secrets. The jungle twisted as if the world itself was bending around him. Roots writhed and curled with voices rising from the earth. The trees groaned as if they had tongues, and the air filled with soundless words that pressed against his skull everywhere he turned. He heard moments from his past, regrets and memories he had never spoken aloud. The leaves rustled with the weight of his secrets. Every shadow seemed to repeat the things he wished he had buried. The forest was alive, and it was speaking against him. It stood behind him without a sound. No footsteps, no breathing. Only the feeling of something moving closer, bending the shadows. The Murmur leaned forward, its faceless head lowering near his shoulder, its elongated hands stretching through the mist. Rango froze, his heartbeat frantic, his body trembling with dread. He felt the air shift as the creature reached toward him. In that moment he knew the truth. His deepest secret had been taken. It was no longer his. It belonged to the thing in the dark. The forest fell silent. No wind, no voices, only the creature, its void leaning closer to his ear. Then it spoke, a whisper so sharp it felt like a blade carving into his mind. It said only one thing: "You cannot escape me." Rango's eyes widened, terror choking his breath. The sky above him faded darker, the ground seemed to sink, and the weight of his secrets pressed down with crushing force. The Murmur had claimed him. In that silence, only fear remained, and it would never let go.